Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today I'm sharing a Christmas compilation video, basically 7 previous Christmas decor DIYs that I did on my channel, and I'm just sharing them here really quickly. So if you're interested, I hope you keep watching. For DIY number 1, I challenged myself to recreate this little penguin here. This is an ornament, and I'm cutting up this little Snoopy doll that I had, and I'm going to make the penguin out of that. And then it's ultimately going to be a centerpiece, a winter themed centerpiece specifically for Christmas. So as you see here, I'm pulling out the stuffing and crafting this into the penguin that you see here. And as I mentioned, I'm going very quickly through this. So if you want to see any of these full videos, I will link them all below so you can see the whole process in case you're interested in how I put this whole thing together. So I'm just working on the scarf piece and cutting all the little trimmings off, gluing down the scarf, and there he is. So this is again going to be for Christmas. This can easily be part of the little scenery, or it can be taken out, but for around Christmas time I'm leaving it, and then I just took this down when I was ready to let it be like a winter theme after Christmas was over. And as you see here, I'm going over the letters with this yarn. And I'm using sticks to hold this up and make this into a sign. And this is what I'm using as the centerpiece itself. And I'm just using some felt, probably from the Dollar Tree, as snow. And then I'm putting that little Merry Christmas sign up with some hot glue. And then I'm bringing in the penguin, and I'm going to glue his hand right to that little stick to make it seem like he's holding it up. And this is the vignette that is the result of that. There's the yarn letters, the Snoopy penguin, some Dollar Tree trees, and that's a simple little vignette that can be used for Christmas. And like I said, just take the little sign down. You can even make it say whatever you want, and that's that. And for my project, I'm copying these candle holders that I found on Ashley Home Store website, and I'll show at the end how much they cost. So here I'm quickly showing all the items I used to make this project. These are candle holder reindeer, as I showed, and again it came from the Ashley Home Store website. I created these as part of a Look for Less challenge, so the challenge was to try to recreate something for way less than what it was being sold for. So I'm showing how I took the wreath pieces and cut them up, and then I cut some of those little, I don't even know what they're called, those little, it's kind of like piping, but it's flexible, and I use those to wrap around the metal pieces and form legs. And I'm using this to make the tail and covering everything with that piping that you saw at the beginning. And this is the reindeer's neck. And some antlers that I'm wrapping with this other strong material that I found at the Dollar Tree. Everything came from the Dollar Tree. Okay, so this is one of the antlers here. Gluing that on. There's the second antler, and I'm just showing here how I held it together, and I'm using some gingerbread pieces. This is going to be the reindeer face. And this is how they're looking so far. I'm going to spray paint these, I believe, is next. Yeah, spray painted them using a copper colored metallic spray paint. And then I'm using these gingerbread men that have a little bit of glitter on them. That's for the ears. So this is how much they cost at the store, Ashley Home Store. They were $88, and I recreated them for $14. So this is the final result, and I think they look pretty close to the original. If you want to see this full video, it will be linked below as well in case you want to see start to finish how I made these. This is how I displayed them when I first got them, but I've been using them pretty much every year since. I just think they really represent the winter season. And I don't like the candles, but these are real candles, so I hope you like this one. And this next one is here how I decorated once again using nature. So got some more sticks, similar to how I used sticks in the first little Christmas winter vignette. And I cut the sticks down, or I just broke them in pieces and spelled out the words Merry Christmas. And then I got a bigger stick from outside after spraying them a little bit with white. I think I did this to try to make it look kind of like snow, and I wanted the letters to stand out a little bit more from the stick because they were blending in a little too much. This is how they look all together. So I incorporated those same reindeer. I switched out the candles here. These are battery operated candles, but I used them in a mantle display for my on my mantle for one winter season. And of course it was, for Christmas too. I'm sure once the new year came, I just removed the Merry Christmas sign and left everything else the way it is here. My theme for this decor was decorating with nature. So actually that branch that's on the art piece in the middle, of course that did come from a tree in my backyard. Next I'm creating a centerpiece using candy cane, just gluing them to one of these little cookie tins. Wrapping it with ribbon. And then everything here came from the Dollar Tree as well. So these little bows, the ribbon itself, putting styrofoam inside there, and then inserting these poinsettias, also from the Dollar Tree. I save these pretty much all the time and just switch out the colors for when I want to use red. And then added the greenery here, some candles, and then the berries. Oh, and then some ornaments. And again, everything is from the Dollar Tree except for the candles. And I think the little sign that I'm using as a base also came from, I think, Michael's. But yeah, it's an easy way to just create a nice little centerpiece. And this is the final result. The full video is linked below, but I'm pretty sure you got the idea. In case you want to see it in more detail, I did link it below. This is when I created an advent calendar, and these are all the supplies that I used. So first I made a star, and then I traced it out several times. I think I made 48 of them because I had to go up to December 24th or so. I cut them out and I'm gluing it together, and I'm leaving one space open so that you can put something in between the two pieces. So here I'm just putting a little hole at the top so I can attach it with string, and I'm numbering them 1 through 24. And here's the string, once again using a stick, so it looks like I have a few themes going on, just decorating with what I could find easily and not have to spend very much money and get the same idea. A few eucalyptus leaves, just attaching it randomly to the top of some of the stars, cutting off some of that little tree, and adding a string of the eucalyptus leaves to the top. And here, these are the items that are going to go inside the stars. So these are activities that you can do. And of course, you pick them for each day. And I put them in randomly. So I printed them out, cut them out, folded them down, and then putting them in between the two stars that I glued together. I only glued around the edges so that the paper could be inserted there. And this is the final result of that. This year, we had a lot of fun this year picking one of these activities for every day leading up to Christmas. And you see I added a wooden bead to a few of them too, just to give it a different look. And this next project, I'm gluing together spoons here. I'm doubling them up for each one. So I'm just gluing 2 together and I'm repeating that over and over. This is just some idea that I came up with to create a decorative ornament bowl. Had a lot of spoons. I think I was having a party this year and I dropped the spoons and they, spilled all over the floor. And I didn't want to wash them. They're plastic, I didn't want to throw them away either. So I decided to make something out of them and it turned into this project here. So this is the spoons all glued together and I'm just spray painting that gold metallic spray paint. And then I added that piece of cardboard to the bottom, put a little ribbon, and then poured some gold ornaments into it. So it's a little decorative bowl that I had sitting out for that time. Thought it was pretty cute. This is really old and I don't have it anymore. Next, I created some glam ornaments and used them in a different way. So I spray painted this wooden dowel using silver and gold. The final color ended up being gold. I'm going to cut that in half to make two. And here are the two ornaments that I'll be using. I pulled the little hanger piece off and I'm just putting the dowel in there, gluing it in to secure it. And then I use spray adhesive on the ornaments and I sprinkled them with glitter. And now I'm just embellishing them a little bit more with this rhinestone strip. The challenge here was to make a glam ornament, and I think I participated in an actual challenge when I did this. Somebody on YouTube posed a challenge and it was fun to just participate in that. So this is how they turned out. I put this letter B on one of them and then I put another little ornament piece from a hat, I think, on the top of that second one. And this is how they look sitting in this little vase. And then I just went with the theme of the red and gold and a little black and white also. Well, that is all for now. Stay tuned for the compilation part 2. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.